Hey guys, since I've started my new gig as a corporate flight attendant, I keep getting a few of the same questions. You guys are very curious as to who is paying for all this stuff that you're doing when you're out on the road. I've talked a ton about catering, and you know, when we have layovers, we're staying in a hotel. We don't have to sleep in the airport or on the airplane. You guys want to know who pays for all the food on the plane, all that catering that you're doing, who covers your hotel, who covers the rental cars, who covers all the in-flight entertainment. A lot of aircraft have DVD or Blu-ray systems because it's 2018, it's time to throw those DVDs away. We also like to provide fresh flowers on the plane, the snack baskets, the fruit baskets, cheese trays. We have newspapers on board. I had young children, so I brought them art supply sets. Basically any sort of onboard amenity that is needed. You guys want to know who covers that, and I am here to tell you who picks up the cost for that. It's me, hooray! But you guys, the fun doesn't even stop there. There are more things that we pay for. Pilots in particular cover the cost of jet fuel, which is several thousands of dollars every time the plane takes off. We also have random things like tips. The car rental that we pay for, we tip valet for parking it once we get to the hotel. We tip employees at the FBO who provide good service. A lot of times they'll come onto the plane and take the trash off for us, and then if we have leftover food that we're going to use another day in flight, they'll bring it into their freezer or refrigerator as tidy up. So we love to tip those employees, and we love their help. Thank you guys for doing that. Also, if we have layovers for an extended period of time, we tip the lovely folks who provide us with room service. So when I go on these trips, I am ready to spend a lot of money. And that brings me to the point of really making this video. It is expensive to be a corporate flight attendant. So, of course, I didn't take this job to spend thousands of my own dollars just to entertain people on an airplane. I was getting paid to do that, and I didn't have to pay for catering before I left the commercial side to go to the corporate side. Yes, I am being reimbursed for all of my charges. Today I sat down and I filled out some expense reports, and I currently have $7,200 pending on my credit card. Actually, it's $7,234.18 if we want to get exact, but yes, I am waiting for a lot of money to be reimbursed to me from previous flights that I have done. This aspect of the job is totally different from when I was on the commercial side. When I flew commercial, I'd walk onto the plane, everything was there. We served the people. If people wanted additional things, they paid for it. Nothing ever came out of my pocket. When we landed with our commercial crew, we'd wait for the hotel van, we'd check in together. I never had to pay for any of that. But now, like I said, it's totally different. My credit card is coming out very often, and my bank is probably very happy. So that leads me to another difference in the job, which is the office work that's required. I haven't worked in an office in years. I was flying commercially for 5 years before I went to the corporate side. So I didn't have to worry about remembering passwords or filling out Excel spreadsheets or interofficing documents to the proper departments. And now that's like all slowly coming back because I do have to keep track of my receipts. I have to invoice them. I have to scan them into the computer. This way I can email them out to the accounts payable departments for whoever is reimbursing me for the flights that I have worked. So yeah, you have to be super organized. I just keep everything in one notebook. I keep a copy of all the receipts, and then I also send out the receipts because you have to prove that you're actually spending this money that you are charging the corporate airlines for. I'll just say trip number 1, 2, 3, from here to there, here's where I went, here's what I spent, here's what I'm owed. Then I type in when I sent the invoice out, and after I get paid, I write down, a check mark and say I was paid on this date. Now here's the tricky thing, because it's always more work than what you think it's gonna be. We have to deal with things like foreign currency conversion. What country was I in when I was on this trip? What was the exchange rate to the US dollar on that day? Because you're always reimbursed with the US dollar. So there's some math that I don't necessarily love doing, but Siri helps me with that. Also, if my invoice was not paid within 30 days, the bank is coming after me to charge me interest because I've borrowed money from them. And I have to keep track of when I sent the invoice out, give them like 2 or 3 business days for mailing or just delivery. And then I have to pull up my bank statement, charge the company interest since I was charged interest. So that's only done after 30 days if whatever company I flew for did not pay me back. So it's very important to be super organized when you're a corporate flight attendant. I don't think that I mentioned the cost of my meals when I'm on the road because a girl's gotta eat. That for sure is a perk. The companies who are flying us, they are covering the cost of our meals, so breakfast, lunch, dinner, if we need a cup of coffee. Alcohol's not included on that, which is fine. I'm not a huge drinker anyway. So that's a huge perk. They're paying for my meals when I'm on the road. That didn't happen in the commercial airline world. However, I gotta keep receipts of those meals and make sure to expense them out too. So there's a little bit more work that's involved with that one, but it is for sure a nice reward. It's kind of a short one today. I just wanted to let you guys know who is covering the bills when I'm on the road. I take care of it up front and then I charge the company who I am flying for, and eventually I do get reimbursed. So I have a few more things that I need to send out. This way my bank is not extremely mad at me for having the $7,200 and whatever dollars that I have on my card right now. I want to make sure I get that paid before I leave. I've been home for the past 9 days. Today's Thursday. I don't fly again until Monday. I am loving it. But I kind of put off doing all of my expense reports. Today was like an ugly reminder of how much money that needs to be collected, but I'm gonna get it done. I will make sure that I nag these people. This way I don't have to pay any interest on the card and then go through, find my receipts and charge interest on those different items because that's gonna be a whole nother pain in the butt in itself. So you guys, thanks for watching my video. I do hope I answered some of the questions that you guys have been asking me. As always, if you do have any other questions, comments, thoughts, or concerns, type them down below. I try to get back to you guys as often as possible. If you liked my video, if you want more information, or if you just really want to be a nice person, give me a thumbs up, make sure you like it, and do subscribe to my channel. Thanks, guys.